Hello. Welcome. I'm Alan. I run a record shop in North Liverpool called Collect and Survive, and this is a flip through video of latest stock that I have in the shop. If you've never watched one of these videos before, as I say to everybody, don't bother, because it's just a lot of me talking a lot of rubbish in some quite moody lighting. And thank you, nature. And then I'll go through some records eventually. So what I tend to do is I tend to give you some times. So if you want to avoid all me talking absolute dirge, I mean, if you want to avoid that, turn the video off completely. But if you want to avoid me absolutely talking, if you want to miss the best dirge, the worst dirge, go to these times. And if you wonder what I was listening to as we opened up that, probably get taken down by YouTube. But if you're wondering what I was listening to, it was this. And if you don't like Slayer, I pity you. It's a big gap in your life, right? Because of this. Anyway, I pity you. Just imagine just being able to at any one point in your time, just have that. Anyway, what's new? Microchip technology, pack lunch. Put that in there. All the major food groups represented in there. And if you know that quote, you're old. What have we got? Yeah, but I've been doing these too frequently, have I? Because I'm lazy. I've got a full-time gig during the week. I have to do that. Talking about a shop, up to Christmas, the shop will be open from the week before Christmas, pretty much every day. And then over Christmas, I think every working day I'll be open, apart from the Friday in between Christmas and New Year, whatever date that is. Won't be open then. I'll be taking the same hours as the bookshop downstairs. So, yeah, so look us up. Anyway, look, if you've never seen one of these videos before, then, you know, here's my shop. Second-hand records, you know, a load of old crap on the walls. You know what I mean? Jukebox in the corner there, that all works. You can still guess where's Dolly if you want. Dolly's still in there. You've just got to guess a letter up to, any letter, I think. Yeah, maybe up to O, I think it is, on the jukebox. And then any number. And then I'll tell you if you've guessed where Dolly is, 9 to 5. Oh. Hey, more use than one, this. Oh. A lot of pointing. What are you doing? Crossing that road? Why aren't you indicating? You know, stuff like that. When you get to be a middle-aged man, that's the sort of stuff that you base. You don't need this to point. You just shout it, don't you? Obviously, in the confines of your own car, you're not going to like do it out the window and actually get into confrontation. Complete coward, don't do that. Anyway, look, there's the other bits. Look at all this hi-fi. Yeah, look, bought some new honestly, I am the world's worst for buying just crap hi-fi stuff. This is why I've got no good records in the shop, because if I see some absolutely useless hi-fi available to buy, I just go, ooh, that looks good. So look, here's what I bought recently. This. You see that there? Oh God, I'm absolutely useless at this. Right, that's Japanese, okay, and what it is it's a clock. It's a timer that turns your hi-fi on. Right, now here's the thing. So I didn't know. That was like 40 quid. Thought, yeah, have that, definitely. Plugged it in. It started to work. I'm thinking, oh, that's good, isn't it? And it all worked. It's like, that's the right time. And I thought, that's great, isn't it? That works. And I was like, and when you've got old electronics, you know, something being a bit whiffy, that's not unusual. Obviously all pat tested. Don't touch it if you come in the shop. And then I looked at it and I said, oh, 100 volts. And I thought, oh, yeah, 240. That's probably not going to do it any good. So I turned it off immediately, looked up online, and then you got to buy a step down. Can you see that? That basically takes 240 to 100 volts for Japanese equipment. So that is plugged into that. That's plugged into the mains. About 90 quid. So if you've got the old Japanese hi-fi stuff that you can't actually use, then yeah, give it to me and I'll use it. And anyway, yeah, come over and have a look. So what else? What else is going on? No coffee machine. Taking it home. Ours broke at home, so my wife went, look, you're using that coffee machine. You don't use it that often in the shop. Should we have it at home? And I was like, no, I can't use it in the shop. Why? So I can have a coffee. Why don't you just take a coffee in? couldn't really argue. So here's my coffee. Don't think I've got all the soap off the top of that, but yeah, no, as it is. Right, let me get a bit of. So what's going on? Pen. Well, it's going to shit, innit? Anything else? I've seen those videos on. I just spent a lot of time watching YouTube. Terrible. And maybe I'll one day I'll surprise people by doing a video which doesn't have my head cut off. It's like properly lit, and then I'll do it like a proper video where they go something about record music, vinyl is out. If you something like vinyl is outselling CDs 5-1, and it's the most highly sought after format. But is it the best? Find out on the Collect and Survive podcast, and then I'll stop. Then it'll be intro music, and then I'll do like a proper intro. But until then, my intro music will be this. Sorry if you got frightened, children or animals. Oh yeah, so what was I saying? Have you? It's quite funny. There's YouTube videos where you get like, let's say people of one generation and they're doing a video of using the parlance of the modern generations. It's quite funny. It's like people in house sanctuaries and whatever, and they're using words like riz and slay and all that sort of stuff, which obviously is completely pointless and meaningless and doesn't mean anything to anybody. But when I was watching it, I was thinking, God, you should do one of them, but like with 80s parlance, or 60s parlance. Like, I might just go, that's gear. I mean, still people will be like, what? You could just pretend you did. If you got someone young and hip and trendy like me, you could just make it up and just make up some new language, couldn't you? But yeah, I thought about doing that, and I just thought, no, I won't. So that's that. So what else? Oh yeah. So in the shop, what have we got coming up? I'm not doing any more gigs in the shop because I'm only doing the shop on a Saturday now, so I can't really put a gig on because I'm only open for like 5 hours a week or 6 hours a week. If I put a gig on, that takes up like 3 hours, so I can't really do that. But what I might put something on at Christmas, but I've got a drum clinic that I'm hosting, which really just my mate Neil, who drums for Therapy, he's going to come along and next week tomorrow, so that's the 3rd of October, no, 13th of October, and he's going to be drumming up in Outpost in Liverpool. So he's going to be going through some chops, going through some music, and it's just he's a brilliant drummer, and he's a pro drummer. So if you want to find out what it's like, what it takes to be someone who's on the road and working as a pro musician in the rock field, come along to that. 15 quid a ticket. The shop's not making any money on it. And Outpost have really been really cool about it. So it's a great venue as well to get along to Outpost. So that's a week, tomorrow. What else? You know that if you're watching this video and you want to buy something and you see something, just let me know and I can send it out to you, post it out to you. I do have a Discogs shop, so you can go on that and have a look. Otherwise, I'll just post it out. But we also have stuff, quite cool stuff like these heavy tote bags here with amusing. So get yourself one of them. They're a tenner. I can post them out to you. I think postage would be a couple of quid on that. I've got some cool posters in the shop. I think you've probably seen this one. I got this one from the post office. They're very cool. They're very nice in our post office. They're lovely. And I post a lot of records, obviously, so I see them quite a lot. Oh, this one's... Yeah, look, I'll show you this one. They gave me this other one as well. 30 years of girl power. Yeah? I think I'll juxtapose that against the Iron Maiden one. Just like that. Juxtapose. Juxtapose is one of them words where you use it and everybody thinks they know, oh, I think I know what that means. And you can put it into most contexts because most things that happen in life are juxtaposed, aren't they? All comedy is based on juxtaposition, isn't it? And it's just one of them words that you throw in and then you just casually walk off from it, you know what I mean? Move on super quick and then you leave people thinking, huh? But I've just got to an age now where when people say words, I have absolutely no idea what they mean. I go, what? What does that mean? Huh? Like the word intelligence, stuff like that. Also, other things we have in the shop, I haven't done this one yet, but when you get albums and you can't really sell them because they're a bit knackered, like this Bowie Aladdin Stain. And this is like a UK, probably a first press, but it's not going to play. So you can make frames out of them. So you cut this down and turn it into a double frame. So if you're looking for an interesting Christmas present, faux chisel like that, come and get that. Should we get into the records? Yeah, let's get into the records. What do you say, Slayer? Should we get into the records? Okay. Slayer says yeah. Have to wait 20 seconds. Can't really start it on 10 minutes 30, can I? How are you? Alright, start me top. I'm a big American football fan, and this is the Washington Commanders, my team. Formerly called the Washington Redskins, rightly changed their name, and they've been the worst team in the NFL for many years. And all of a sudden, they're playing really well, so everybody's getting on the bandwagon. Anyway, welcome. 11 minutes, let's get into it. What have we got? Hello. Got me coffee. So, got a load of television albums here. I mean, they're not original, they're just represses, but if you're looking for something, you don't know what, if you're like, oh, I don't want to buy them, then there's a few albums which are just so cool and mostly brilliant that and you might not have, particularly if they're new into the whole vinyl experience, that I could highly recommend. I mean, this would be one. It's put that over there. Oh, hang on, back in a minute. Just put that out of the way. Yeah, so television, yeah. I've got loads of them. Got them from HMV. They were on sale, so I bought them. I mean, I guess that's flipping, but that's what most people do, right? I mean, I'll let you into a secret. You know, a lot of retailers now, if you go and look at some of the bigger shops, I don't do new stock. That's new records. I just do secondhand. But if you find a lot of retailers probably won't go to wholesalers. They'll probably just go to, you know, other shops that are using economies of scale. That's a big word. Words. And then you'll just sell them because you'll get them cheap. There'll be all sorts of offers. There's always offers on Amazon and all that sort of stuff. Again, and I will buy some bits if I can get, like, you know, Dark Side of the Moon, and I'll stick a few quid on it. You know what I mean? It's the way of the world, isn't it? Anyway, Roger Waters, is this the life we really want? Well, I'm sure it's all right for you, Rog, with your billions. I got some Pink Floyd here, and I met some dude who'd met Roger Waters and said he was a nice guy and Dave Gilmour was a bit miserable. There you have it. I mean, Dave Gilmour should count his blessings, shouldn't he? Because if it wasn't for Sid leaving, I don't think Dave would be in the band, would he? What do I know? What do you think, Slayer? Anyway, okay. The Doors. Just a European repress. Great record. Although in the classic kind of, yeah, The Doors are great, man. I really think their first album is the best. Well, that one and LA Woman's brilliant. Look, I've got them on 8-track. So if you want to hear 8 tracks playing, there's The Doors, The Doors. That's such a good record. And there's Doors, LA Woman. They'll play. Come on, if you want to hear them, come in the shop, listen to them. I had to get them from the States. It cost me a bloody fortune to get imported. Nightmare. ABBA. Can you see that? I don't think you can see it very well. I'll try and get it in light. Get me big head out of the way. Quality production value. Been doing these videos for years, and production value has absolutely stayed still, hasn't it? What's the word for stay still? Static? I was going to say festive, but that's not the word. You know what I mean. Beatles interview disc. Band on the Run, 8 quid. Have I got the poster? No. Got a bit of a life. Taj Mahal, Music Keeps Me Together. The light's not the best, is it? Obviously, always thinking of the customer. Van Morrison, Astral Weeks. Yeah, nice copy. 12 inches, got loads of 12s if you're interested in 12s. Madonna, Vogue. Got loads of, like, the classics, Eagles and Fleetwood Mac, Long Run. You see that? That's the Eagles and Long Run. Which record, which hip hop classic record from 1991 is that sampled on? Give you a clue, Paul's Boutique. And if you know what Paul's Boutique is, then you need to get Paul's Boutique into your life along with Slayer. Okay, right. Fleetwood Mac. That's a Tango in the Night, isn't it? Jimmy. Yeah, can you see these at all? ELO. Gosh, I love ELO. Discovery's brilliant. So I've got Shine Little Light and Confusion. Shine Little Love, Confusion. Diary of Horace, Wimp. Last Train to London. All Crackers. Best-selling album in the shop. Always has been. I might be repeating some of these. Billy Joel, Stranger. Playing Liverpool, innit? Come and get your Billy Joel record, lad. Parallel Lines, Blondie, always a classic. Queen's Greatest Hits. Something about Billy Joel. Have you seen that meme? I know what a meme is. Shut up. Have you seen that meme? Damn my finger. On that there thing, internet, and it's Billy Joel sat behind the piano, but he looks like Darth Vader when Darth Vader's got his helmet off. It's. I don't know whether you can just Google that, but I guess you can. I mean, just by thinking it, AI will project it into your mind, probably. Something like that. After all that works, isn't it? That is Riz and Slay, isn't it? Or Gear, or Boss, or Tops, or... I can't even remember what I used to say as a kid. Boss. Boss is still used, isn't it? Stevie Nicks. Other Side of the Mirror. Whoop. Stevie. I'd heard a Stevie Nicks story, but I don't think that's appropriate. Yeah, it's probably not true. 2020, this is some dark, deep metal. So, I don't know where I can't remember where I got this from, but I got loads of None More Black, death metal. Pink Floyd, Animals. That's just a UK version with the thingy spine, the thick spine on it, but it's 30 quid. Got quite a bit of Floyd. REM Document, 25 quid. I mean, you know, a bit of REM. Put that up there, I'll put that in the photo. Beau Brummels. Mark Lanegan, Bubblegum. Have you ever heard this record? Mark Lanegan, Bubblegum. It absolutely is worth hunting out. If you know Mark Lanegan, Screaming Trees, he did vocals on Queens of the Stone Age for, not Songs of the Deaf. Yeah, Songs of the Deaf. Not all of it, but some of the tracks, I think. Anyway, just a phenomenal artiste, now sadly dead. There's a thing for Mark. But a superb record, Bubblegum, absolutely brilliant. Skid Row, I think I've showed you this, have I? I've had these in a couple of times. I told them my Skid Row story. Went to see them in Royal Albert, no, not Royal Albert Hall. My ticket's over there. The Royal Court, I can see the ticket there. What year is that? I think 1990 or something, 1989, whenever this came out. Anyway, went to see them because a band called Vane supported them. They're brilliant. V-A-I-N. Davey Vane. Brilliant. They look ridiculous, but they're like Cinderella, that band. They look ridiculous, but they sound much heavier and better than they look with all the frizzy hair. Anyway, Sebastian Bach came on for Skid Row and then proceeded with his massive winkle pickers. I mean, winkle pickers that would outdo even the most hardy of estate agents. And, I mean, they were massive. They were about twice the size. They doubled the size of his length of his foot. They were massive. Anyway, he proceeded to slip over on his arse. And being it was like, you know, Liverpool Royal Court, did everybody go, "Oh, you all right, mate?" And everybody went, "Ah!" And he got a bit annoyed with it. And it was like, "Do you want a fair song as well or something?" He was coming on to a bit. So if you remember that. Anyway, more metal. Azazel, the Night of Satanachia. This bloke is meant to be either brilliant or rubbish, and everything I've seen of him is rubbish. But I think someone was going to buy that. Tom, are you going to buy this? But, well, you haven't been in, so it's back in the box. Carole King. This is a juxtaposition, isn't it? Huh? Oh, my bell doesn't... Carole King. Tapestry. Another absolute squillion seller in the shop. I mean, I must sell more of this than Rumours. But Piano Man. Billy Joel. Yeah, that's the one that sells the most. U2, Joshua Tree. And I put They Should Have Stayed There. Songs from the Big Chair. This is one of them records that's odd. I mean, I've had a copy of this and it went for like 40 quid because it was like, looked brand new. This is very good plus, 15 quid. I think that's fair enough. Meteors. The Bang Bang Fruit. Stray Cat. I think I showed you this before, but we're showing you it again. Tangerine Dream. That's only a tenner for Rubicon. Someone's downstairs. What time does he open? Probably saying, what time does he open? ELO, out the blue. That's got the poster. It's got the poster and the palms. There's apparently a version of this where it opens up and you can put it on your turntable and it's like, look, this is actually like a cardboard cutout. I've never seen that. I've never seen a UK one of them. I don't know if it's... I mean, leave a comment below. Don't leave a comment below. Because it's only me mum watches this. So, mum, you can leave a comment below. And you can put, why haven't you phoned me? Something like that. Anyway, serious. Theme from the Forbidden Games. Looks spooky. John Perone. I haven't not heard that. I'm going to play that because... Oh, sorry. Spat all over you. Sorry. Love a bit of soundtrack. Let's up 2. Nothing special. Just a repress of it. Load of AC/DC. Click of the switch. Fly on the wall. Power Rage. What's this? This is one that Tom gave me. Angst, Decay of All Purity. Thanks, Tom. No more death metal. I've got a Tommy who's done a few stints in the shop. He's a death metal fan and he just gives me death metal records. I say death metal, he probably would say no, it's power violence or hardcore Riz or something. I don't know. Arctic Monkeys. Arctic Monkeys. Can you see that? They're new presses. Queen 2, Greatest Hits. 12-piece set. So all their 80s stuff. But I'm telling you now, Invisible Man is not. This was a question, wasn't it? On Pointless. Name tracks off Queen 2's Greatest Hits. And of course, I was straight in with Invisible Man as a Pointless one because, yeah, exactly. No, you've probably never heard of it. That's because it's a rubbish song. Sorry, Rog, who wrote it. It's rubbish. And it's on their Greatest Hits. And the only reason it's on Greatest Hits 2 is because they released it. Which is a bit pretentious, isn't it? If we release it, therefore it must be on their Greatest Hits. Anyway, Black Sabbath, Paranoid, new press of it. But it's got like a Wanna Break Free. It's all the 80s stuff. Wanna Break Free. It's Hard Life. Doesn't have Under Pressure. Doesn't start from the works, I think. Oh no, it's got Under Pressure. That's a bit of a swizz because Under Pressure's on some of the original Greatest Hits. That one. That black one I showed you. It's not on all of them, but it's on some of them. Alright, it's not on this one. It's not on the original UK one, but it was on some American and European ones that it was on it. Alright, fair enough. I mean, it's not like a music label or a band to exploit their fans, is it? By the way, Queen have just released... I mean, what is left of Queen? Brian and Roger have just released Queen, her original album, but they've redone it. So when they originally recorded it, they did it in a couple of sessions, didn't they? At Delaney, I think. Trident. Can't remember. But they had to go in and use the time that they could get to record it, and they ended up not being happy with it, so they've redone it, and there's lots of stuff on the internet about why they used a bit of AI, I think, and it's really good. The mixes sounds amazing, but I'm pretty sure that some people have said that they've used auto-tuning on Freddie's voice. Sacrilege. Anyway, I'm running out of time, so there's like Beatles, there's loads of Beatles, and then they're from the box set for some reason, they're separate. Then there's an original 2021 remaster of Let It Be. These are new copies, Abbey Road, White Album. So we do have some new ones that actually came in a collection. I didn't buy them. And then La La La, Stones, Bad Company, Jefferson, Starship. Obviously, are much better than Jefferson Airplane. Right, 24. Welcome to the collectibles. Welcome to the collectibles. What have we got? I've got loads of 7s. So here's a few examples of them. Important to Being Idol and Heart Shape Box. So there's them. Put them there. Pink Floyd The Wall, UK first, really great condition. A2U, B3U, A3U, B3U. Nice. It's quite expensive, but I've got some cheaper ones. A non-official Joy Division 1987 album of outtakes from Unknown Pleasures and live tracks. So George Harrison. Now this I think is Russian copies of George Harrison. Extra texture. Bought some Floyd, man. Got a bit of Sid, got a bit of Floyd, a bit of Sid, lad. Yeah, get in there, yeah. So this is an introduction to Syd Barrett. This was new, but we opened it up because I think you've got to have a look at the record. I don't leave records sealed. You've got to open up and have a look. Then you can see whether there's any issues with the actual record itself. Make sure the right record, make sure the label's not pressed over the actual record, which has happened to me before. Anyway, there's that. Introduction to Syd. And then some unusual Floyd stuff. So this has got Pink Floyd on it. This is a soundtrack, and it's got Floyd on it. This is Syd BBC Sessions. This is a quadraphonic record, but it's got a different version of Money on it, which isn't even... I don't think it's the same version. When they released Dark Side of the Moon, they did release a quadraphonic version of it, right? Which is obviously the whole 4-speaker thing, which is not the same as 5.1 and all that. It's different. It's a nightmare. I've got a quadraphonic amp over there, but there's like 4 different versions of quadraphonic stereo sound. It's a nightmare. I'm trying to get it set up in the shop, but anyway, the point is they released a quadraphonic version of Dark Side of the Moon, and most normal people didn't buy it. It was only the complete heads that went out and bought that. Anyway, they released this album, which is like a sampler for quadraphonic, and it's got Pink Floyd Money, but it's different, I believe, different than the one on the actual Dark Side of the Moon. I don't think it was worth going through all that. This is a unofficial live record of Floyd, and it's a journey through Into the Blues with Pink Floyd. So it's them being recorded doing a jam session, doing stuff like Kansas City and Born Under a Bad Sign, Heard It Through the Grapevine, after a gig, right? So, don't sell, obviously, many unofficial records, because they're unofficial. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. I've got loads of Wish You Were Here, and it's just a UK first press. It's okay condition. Momentary Lapse of Reason. It's a great record. I went to see them on that tour. That's when I was working in a record shop when I was a kid. Brilliant. This is a BBC Sessions 1983 pressing of an early Pink Floyd BBC Sessions. So there's that. Nearly there. Placebo. I might have showed you these in the last video, but irrespective of doing it again. Depeche Mode. Macca Unplugged. Is that the first Unplugged? Anyway, that's Macca Unplugged, where he forgets the words to, we can work it out. An original US first press Red Apple. Looks unplayed. It's really great condition. Superb condition of that. And then repress 80s of the American Beatles albums. These are stereo, but they've just released these in mono. But these are 80s presses of them, but they're basically unplayed. So they're in really nice condition. All online, all on Discogs, but just give me a shout if something that you're interested in. And apparently this has got different versions of the tracks on it, this Hard Day's Night. Beatles Story, that seems like an interview picture disc. An original copy of Down by the Jetty, UK, really nice condition that. What a record that is. Alice in Chains, Wood, great. That's a 12-inch green vinyl, but look, they normally get all knackered, but they're in great condition. What's if we take the record out? This is one of the greatest funk records ever made. Sound of Funk. It's an astonishing record. It's a compilation, and it's people who've got the original 7s, and then they've just recorded them onto tape and then pressed that tape onto vinyl. So there's this. So it's not the greatest of sound quality. It doesn't matter. Just listen to it on Spotify. The Sound of Funk. Absolutely, every single track is a belter. It just got me down a whole rabbit hole. Brilliant. This is I showed you this before. Then compilation of Manchester bands. So it's like Crispy Ambulance and An Accident on the East Lancs, or whatever it's called, Incident on the East Lancs. So it's all like late 70s. It's done by a women's collective in Manchester and Wythenshawe, I think. So it's great. The whole concept of the album's brilliant. Stone Roses, Second Coming. I think that is there's like a very early repress, like the same year repress. So it's not a first press. More Alice in Chains. Original. Ooh, big money. Big money. If you're gonna ask the price, you can't afford that one, probably. Maybe Grape's first album cover. Oh, look at, yeah, see the cheeky finger? They're going to struggle for that. I mean, you with the man, yeah? Get off. What do you say? What does Slayer say to the man? That's what Slayer says to the man. Have you ever heard this? An Evening with Wildman Fisher. That's completely bonkers. He was at my mother's, wasn't he? And it's nuts. Picked this up in France. Francois Daruba. Brilliant. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be... That sounds very xenophobic, doesn't it? It's not meant to be. Look at that. Hard to get record. A hard to get record. Oh, that's a lot of conkers. That's mine. Some great records. And another copy of this. Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. Right, that's it. Gonna end it there. Hope everybody has a nice Halloween, because I probably won't do another one of these before November. So, look, enjoy. Where's the thing? And remember, where's me doofer? Remember, don't lose. Don't buy a Bluetooth thing, right? Remember, don't buy a Bluetooth thing only to then put it down somewhere where you can't find it. And you know, as soon as I turn this video off, I'm going to go, oh, there it is. Where have I put it? It's right next. It's right next to that. So, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Slayer. And Girl Power.